y'all. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Witchy Life Story. Just a few minutes after I finished recording the last episode, we had just had our power go out. Do you ever have that where your power goes out and it's just long enough to be really super annoying? Because you have to just reset all your clocks and stuff. But also, I was like, wait, I didn't go to sleep yet. Did my game save? I think we're good. I logged back in. We're still on summer 7, but I think we had a save because I checked my wardrobe. I'm still wearing the celestial earrings. There's no letters in the door here, so I think we've done all of our stuff for the day. I'm just gonna check in with Ramsey. I know, what a way to start, right? This will be another way to find out. Will he give us a thingamaboober? Because we already got that jade egg from him on the last episode. Okay, yeah, we're good. I think we are saved. Ooh, I know it does save periodically. Let's check in on our orders just to make sure we've done everything we're supposed to do. Yeah, I'm not doing the treat. How are we on preparations? All the orders are done for today. Okay, I've checked in on everyone today. Okay, woo, that was scary. I'm like, oh, please don't be like Stardew Valley or something and nothing just saved. I didn't want to play through that whole day again, although it goes way faster if I'm not reading everything out loud and I'm just clicking. Yes, we are ready to end the day. I was wondering if the moon symbol was going to change on these cutscenes or the save screen. Tonight's the night, Ramsey. It's finally the full moon. All our work is going to pay off. And then we're out of here. Nah. Here, let me write some invitations real quick. I lowered the sound effects, so I don't think you guys can hear Ramsey as well, but some of them were really loud. Okay, so we're writing invitations. You grab some paper and a pen. Dear resident of Flora, meet me tonight at the festival grounds. Sincerely, your village witch, Moxie Von Teasel. That should do the trick. Ramsey, I need you to deliver all of these to everyone today. Make sure they get them. I can't wait. I'll be on to bigger and better things. I'm surprised she still wants to do this. We'll finally be able to rest. Soon it'll just be me and my experiments. Let's go to that one. With no one to bother me with their requests. I think Moxie just wants to get on with her own stuff. I was hoping the more that she worked with the people, though, and saw that she was sort of helping some of them they're still a work in progress. I was hoping she'd warm up to all of this. I'm going to finish up around here. I'll meet you in the village later tonight under the full moon. So I guess we need to go tend our garden. Can we give you a little treat? We gave him one on the 7th and got the jade egg. But I don't think we get something every day. That's enough for today. Grand System mini treats are bad for your beak. Yeah, it's every couple of days, I think. So no requests, but we should go tend our garden. And you, and you, and you. Come on, there you go. Little drinky. I was thinking of little misfortune and a little sparkle for you, and a little sparkle for you, and a little something for me when I was watering them. Come on, there we go. Why was that fighting me today? Little snippy snip. And I don't think we need to buy anything at the store today. Okay. Lovely. Did I get that? Yeah. Okay, get our compost. We have tons of that now. I don't know what we should do. Let's see what's going on in the village. Oh, good. We just jumped ahead. You arrive at the festival grounds. The full moon shines brightly in the clear sky. Look, everyone's here already. This is going to go off without a hitch. Ooh, I need some tea. Hold on a second. Okay. That last episode was a lot of reading. My throat's like still a little dry from it all. Time to get myself together. You walk over to everyone. Oh, poor Mel's still sneezing. Oh, a ritual. How lovely. I should be baking. I'm tired. It is pretty late. The studio is still such a mess. Everything will be fine. Perfectly fine. Poor little Ruth. Ahem. See, Moxie is here now. Thank you, Ruth. Let's start with greetings, friends. And thank you for joining me. I will solve all your problems with a full moon ritual tonight. Oh, I don't think we will. All right, let's get this show on the road then. Ramsey, get into place. You take a deep breath. Oh, full moon, with your bright shining light, lend us your power on this very night. Provide a clear path for us to walk, a way to a successful festival completely unblocked. We've worked this week to fix what was broken, so please acknowledge our devotion. The ritual is complete. Ooh, let's see. You relax your body and take another deep breath. All right, I think we're good. Everyone feel better now? They are not. They are so not going to. I feel full of... Achoo! You need to get home. Uh-oh. Wait, maybe it'll just take more time to work. That's right, it might take some time to work. You can't rush magic. But isn't that what you're trying to do? Yeah. I knew this would happen. I knew we couldn't trust you. Nisha. No, I read that letter. I know the truth. Moxie has been messing with us this entire time, just like she did with Covempolitan. But I've been able to get my work done. Ugh. Mel, there's something you really should know. Oh no, Nisha's going to tell. Your beloved Avon Elsit from Covempolitan is Moxie Von Teasel. Wait, what? Moxie, is that true? That means all those rituals that backfired. Mel, and it's not just those rituals, it's all the magic she's done for us here too. With all of Moxie's boasting about her magic, don't you think things have gotten only weirder around here? Like Devin at the lake party? You were abnormally chill, even with all those people around. That's true, but I did ask for a spell to make friends. That's exactly what I mean. Nisha, let's calm down for a moment. You're not wrong, but perhaps there's an explanation. Have you forgotten Moxie's relaxation spell? You wanted to go shopping. Not shopping. Mel, that might explain the other day. Yeah, Ruth was out of it, but we acted like brats. Excuse me. So maybe we were exhausting. Okay, yes, but I've never seen Ruth like that. Ramsey, this isn't good. Ramsey's like way quiet right now. I talked to the Madelines. To those cookies you're working on? Lord, he's talking to the cookies. Cakes. She said she was possessed by their spirit. They called me a fool. Moxie helped me talk to spirits too. Then they destroyed my studio. I got a dog. Though I wanted a hot date. A dog is better, dude. But I do love my dog. Psst, Ramsey. I think we should... We would never throw Ramsey as a distraction. We should slowly sneak away. You try to tiptoe away, but before you can take even 3 steps. No. What? I'm just, stretching. You look at Ramsey, he looks at you. This is it. This is the end. You nod to Ramsey to let him know it's been good times. But you know when your gran hears about this, it's not just your training that will come to an end. Did I really speak to the Madelines? You try to hold it in, but... Explode, explode, explode will explode. No, you didn't. It was me, Moxie. And I admit to everything. Jean, I wanted to eat those madeleines so bad, but you kept throwing them in the trash. And Mel... Yeah? I'm Avon Elset, and what I did wasn't right at all. I used Covenpolitan to release my frustrations with my family and make fun of witches. I never thought of the consequences of my actions. And more recently, when you asked me to help you, I could tell how badly you wanted to get your work done. But I pushed it too far. Nisha. I've never talked to spirits successfully. That was supposed to be in my next chunk of training before I got sent here. Ruth. Yes, Moxie? I slipped something extra into your spells. Don't ask me what, which I know sounds bad, but you seemed like you needed the extra push. Devin? Kind of same with you, except I used the runes. Not really my specialty, but desperate times call for desperate measures, or so I thought. And Jonas, what? Well, you're just kind of easy to mess with, so... For real? For real. This is my first time having to use witchcraft to help folks out. I make the spells, but I feel like my magic is never enough. So I tried energy readings, incantations, or extra ingredients. Let's see, I wanted everyone to think I was great. I just wanted to do my own thing. I can't resist trying new things. But I do get carried away, like the way you've all mentioned. And that's not okay. Even this full moon ritual is a ploy. The full moon is a very powerful way to amplify magic. I was hoping to use it to fix everyone's problems tonight so I could get out of here. But it looks like I've actually done the opposite. Magic isn't supposed to be self-serving or for proving yourself or using people. It's about energy and intention. My job as a witch is to help our energies work together and strengthen our intention. That's the only way to accomplish things we can't do alone. That means my energy, and your community's energy are supposed to work together to put on the best harvest festival Flora has ever seen. But I've done the opposite as a witch. Maybe my family is right. Maybe I really am. That's enough. Thank you, Ruth. Your magic did get out of hand, but how many of us asked for your magic expecting it to solve our problems immediately? Or asked Moxie to do even more than we originally asked? Everyone remains silent. I don't say this to excuse Moxie's actions. However, Moxie is correct in that magic is all about energy and intention. We never intended to make the magic work instead of facing our problems as a community. We just use magic to cover up and hide from our problems. I mean, that would be tempting, wouldn't it? Whether we want to admit it or not, that's why the last witch left too. It's why Flora is the way it is today. I won't keep repeating that mistake. If we're going to start being more honest with each other, there's something I need to say. This is my last term as mayor. After this, I intend to travel all over the world. It's a dream I've had for a while, and I'm not getting any younger, so... Gran, that's great. Nisha, I should have said this ages ago and kept saying it, but I'm proud of you. Oh. Not to ruin the mood, but who will be mayor? Mel, I think you'd be an excellent candidate for mayor. I'd be happy to endorse you. Just wipe your nose first. Wow, that means so much for you to say that. Can I think it over? Of course. Devin turns to Nisha. I don't want to perform at the festival. I'd rather work together with local musicians, bring the community in more, you know? That's such a good idea, Devin. Wow, really? That sounds like a great idea. I'm sure Gran and Mel would be happy to help. I thought you'd be disappointed. Devin, I would never be disappointed. You're my best friend. I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. I was just so worried about the festival. You know that special talent you have of reaching into people's souls and tearing them out? Yeah? Music can do that, man. Well, your music also can reach into people's souls and heal them. In fact, you just gave me an idea. What if I put together a community art project for the festival too? That sounds amazing. Let's bring this community together. Mel is right. I'm too focused on the Madeleines, but I want to get them right, so please have patience. I know I get tunnel vision and push myself too hard. We all want this festival to succeed, but can we consider the festival a success if we burn ourselves out? Ruth is right. We need to approach this festival as a community. Since everyone's making big confessions, I feel like I have to make one too. Okay, Jonas. But, well, I don't know if I have anything to confess, but I know how hard it is to be honest with people. But maybe if we all try together, it'll be easier for all of us. So yeah. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to say? You look around and see everyone chatting amongst themselves. Is it just you, or do you feel like the energy of Flora just shifted? Did you plan for this? We'll stay silent. Don't worry, I know you didn't. But I think, Margie, your gran did. Huh? What do you mean? I think it's getting pretty late. If there's one thing we could all use, it's a little rest, don't you think? So Gran knew how we would behave and what we would try to do once we were here, and that's just what the town of Flora needed. Everyone nods in agreement. How about we wrap this up now? Everyone nods in agreement again as they let out yawns. You all make your way home. Aw, hi Ramsey. Yeah, that didn't go how I expected either. Do you think what Ruth said about Gran is right? Yeah, I guess I wouldn't put it past her either. Gran's teaching methods have always been a little different. But it looks like we're sticking around till the festival. For some reason, I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Yeah, with everyone working together, maybe we can do something pretty cool. Well, we should do as Ruth said and get some rest. A full moon success. That actually kind of sort of worked achievement on Steam. Yeah, let's end the day. Give a little save. Hi, Ramsey. Time for your morning treat. Is it crystal time? One crow treat coming up. What did you find this time? Ooh, Celestine. This is one of my favorites. Such a nice shade of blue. It's pretty. Gran would like this one too. I'll have to show it to her when we see her again. For now, though, we'll put it away for safekeeping. Oh, I want Gran to come see. All right, we have more letters. Dear Moxie, I think I'm ready to take the first steps towards leaving Flora, but I won't lie, the idea of leaving makes me nervous. I wish there was some way to take Flora with me wherever I go. Are there incense or anything that could help? Sincerely, Ruth. And from Jean, I am a sad grump who needs to be kinder to myself. I can't keep letting mean people get to me. Do you have a charm for that? Best regards, Jean. That's a good thing for everybody to learn. You need to not only be kind to others, but be kind to yourself. We are our worst critics. Okay, from Devin. Moxie, I think I figured out the music for the festival, but I still have to perform it. I think the piece is really good, but I just can't imagine myself playing with confidence. Maybe some incense to help me summon up the courage could help. Thank you, Devin. We will go do that. Let's go to our garden. Snippy, snippy, snippy. Clippy, clippy. Really enjoying this story. I'm glad the full moon worked out the way it did. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. I knew it wasn't going to go the way Moxie intended, but that was good. Okay, I think I got everything. One of these days I'll have to do this in reverse order. I always do it in the same order. Come on. That one always gives me trouble. Okay, and a little composting. Okay. let's go home and let's work on our spells. Okay, so for Ruth, incense. There we go. And we need wait, oh gosh, why am I now just all of a sudden, there we go, lavender. I'm like, I just had a total just like brain fart. I'm so sorry. So for the plus, yes, lavender. And then some geranium. And then yarrow. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty one. Okay, Jean, you need a charm. I believe that's the right thing for a charm. I'm just going to trust myself and not even look it up right now. So he also needs some lavender. Along with some hollyhock. And allium. Oops, that's this one. Okay. I just love the art in this game, the graphics and everything. It's so pretty. They went to a lot of work to make these all look a little bit different and unique, and it's really pretty. And you can actually see the flowers that we used in it. I appreciate that. And then we need for Devin another incense. Incense has been popular. Yeah, we're going to need to get more incense base. Okay, so some chamomile. And then I think, whoops, the yarrow. And geranium. All right, all finished. Bye, Ramsey. You know what? I always start at the bottom and work my way. Let's actually check in. Yeah. On your way to the town square, you see Jonas and the dog running around together outside. Oh, look at the doggo all cleaned up. What did we name the doggo? Come here, boy. Caesar. It looks like someone finally got a bath. Oh yes, he did. And now you're a beautiful boy, aren't you? He is the most beautimous. Have you given him a name yet? Oh, right. You forgot to give him a name? No, I just forgot to mention it. Moxie, meet Caesar. Woof. He's settling in pretty well, I think. I will take him down to the festival site later and introduce him to everyone. Moxie, look at this face. She's just not quite sure about the dog yet. Real life Moxie, already in love with him. You're gonna come with me everywhere I go, right, boy? Woof. Everywhere? Yes, even on dates, Moxie. We are gonna go with the even on dates one. Because now we are more interested in Jonas now that he has a dog. Why, do you not like him? Does it matter if I like him? I mean, maybe. No, Jonas, you never dump your dog for somebody else. Because he's always going to be near me. So if you want to be near me, Ramsey and I might be able to get used to having a dog around. Really? But only if he's a good boy. I mean, look at that face. He's the goodest. And you are a good boy, right, Caesar? Ah. Some of my crew members also have dogs, so they've been helping me figure things out. Caesar's my first pet, so I've learned a lot. That new love charm you made must have been pretty potent. I care about people and stuff, but I've never felt this way about something before. Right? I said that last time, and I meant it. When I talk about and think about how much I love my dogs, I will tear up. It is that strong. I mean, Tom's cool and all too, but my doggos? Like, I've always liked animals, but having an actual pet feels so different. I can't speak to pets, but witches are pretty close to their familiars. Yeah, they're kind of like a partner, right? Yep. Well, except when they say your spell's too powerful, they don't let you nap, They tell you not to eat strange fungus. They don't let you nap. I tried explaining that napping is just a form of deep meditation to Ramsey, but he didn't buy it. I mean, it kind of is. My mind is calmest while asleep. Yeah, our dogs don't let us nap. But apparently napping lacks intention or whatever. I mean, it sounds like Ramsey was just trying to help you. The other day, after I gave Caesar a bath and stuff, I started thinking about when I yelled at my crew again, and I started feeling sad and angry at myself. Caesar came up to me and just put his head in my lap, and I calmed down. It reminded me that even though that one bad thing happened, my crew helped me a lot with Caesar. So if they aren't still mad at me, maybe I should stop being mad at myself. Caesar, you're pretty powerful just being a pet. Oh, Moxie, you don't even know the power of doggos. Yeah, you tell her. Scratch Caesar behind the ears, pat Caesar on the head, scratch Caesar under his chin. Oh no, right behind the ears. They love ear scritches. Yeah. Whoa, you give Caesar pets? Maybe he's all right. You hear that, Caesar? The witch says you're all right. I knew you'd come around to him. Aw. Huh, you want to go for a walk? I suppose we could do that. Yes, please. Oh, wait, can I go too? Moxie, do you want to come with us? Let me think. Yes. Spending more time with both of you? I think I'd like that. Yeah, we'd like that too, right, Caesar? Oof. You, Jonas, and Caesar all go for a walk through the woods. Caesar has a good time sniffing around and barking at the birds. You and Jonas joke around and have a good time. Suddenly, Caesar runs off. Caesar, where are you going? Come here. I've had the dog for a few days and I already lost him. I'm sure he'll come back. Caesar, Caesar. Just as suddenly as he ran off, Caesar comes back. Whew. I don't need that drama. Caesar, don't scare me like that. Wait, what do you have there? Jonas takes a bouquet of wildflowers from Caesar's mouth? Caesar, did you bring me flowers? Caesar nudges you with his snout. Oh, am I supposed to give these to... Wow, Caesar is a really good dog. Jonas looks at you. You look at Jonas. These are for you. You take the wildflowers from Jonas. Thanks. I should get these into some water. We can walk you home then. We should get to the festival grounds anyway. Jonas and Caesar walk you home. You catch Jonas looking at you out of the corner of your eye. When you do, you both look away from each other, blushing. Well, here we are. Good luck with meeting everyone today, Caesar. I'm sure he'll get along with the crew just fine. Yeah, I think so too. Catch you later. Oh, Caesar. Oh, that was so great. Venus? Jonas does seem to love Caesar, and it looks like he's working on being kinder to himself too. All right then, that's another thing to take note of in the grimoire. So I think we have to stop flirting with Devin now too, because we can't cheat on Caesar. Just saying. All right, let's go to Mel's. Please let Mel be better. Please let Mel be better. You approach Mel's house and gently knock on the door. Come in. You enter the home and see Mel curled up on the couch with some soup. You notice she's surrounded by flowers and other foods too. Don't I look in a sad state? As we sit at the full moon ritual, it's not entirely your fault. You're not the only one who got carried away. I got so worked up about everything needing to be perfect. About making sure everyone else is having a good time to be at my best, I need to rest. So you're not mad at me? Of course not. I'm madder at myself than anyone. Shoosh. But tell me, do you think I'm boring? Huh? Can people even be exciting? I think most people are boring. No, we actually do not find Mel boring. Not really. I mean, I did get to see what happens when magic goes wrong. That was an exciting experience. Though potentially not a good one, but I wouldn't call it boring. Why do you ask? Seems kind of out of the blue. Because I think everyone likes Jonas more than me. Oh, they just like his food. Oh no, Jonas is the brother. Sorry. Oh, I do know how that feels though. Sorry, I had to write a note. I just had a little thought in my head. Okay. You're jealous of Jonas? I am. People are always laughing with him. More like at him. That's not nice, Moxie. And he's always getting invited to parties. Do you like parties? Nah, I'm too old for that stuff now. But people just seem to like him. And you don't think people like you? Of course not. I'm the one managing the budgets. And who gets angry over toilets? And who has to tell Jonas and his crew to hurry up? Everyone hates me. You retake a look around the room. You notice all the food, flowers, and get well cards. Oh. Did Gene get all this stuff for you? No, but he made the soup I'm eating. Then where is all of it from? Various people from the village, my coworkers at the town hall, etc. They heard about me feeling down and sent me over all of this. I don't know where they found the time with everything that needs to get done. Mel, wake up. Right, Moxie? Sure seems like a lot of effort. I want to be showered in gifts. I mean, it's not poison. I don't know if this will have a good... I want this to be sure seems like a lot of effort for, because she thinks people don't like her. They wouldn't go to that effort if they didn't. I know I wouldn't do that. There we go. I was hoping that was it. I know I wouldn't do that unless I liked someone, like, a lot. So you're saying people like me? I think so. Maybe you're like my gran. She's always scolding me, but she's always teaching me too. And even though she's a little stodgy, she has taught me a lot of neat spells. And without her, I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know where I'd be if I'm completely honest. I'm trying to say that you are necessary, Mel. If everyone were a goofball like Jonas, nothing would get done. There wouldn't be any festival at all. And what's more boring than that? Mel falls silent and looks around the room. You're right. I'm surrounded by the village's love right now, aren't I? Mel looks down at her bowl of soup. And Jean's love, too. What did Jonas bring you? Mel's eyes dart around the room. Oh my God, that brat. His sister is sick from stress and he hasn't come to see me. Knowing Jonas, he probably didn't want to bother. Suddenly, yes. Suddenly there's a knock at the door. Who could that be? Come in. I was hoping he would show up with Caesar. Jonas walks in, maybe not, though we'll see. Hey, yeah, looks like maybe just Jonas. Hey, sis. Perfect timing. What are you doing here? Jean said you weren't feeling well. Actually, I'm feeling a lot better right now. I think some rest has done me good. It's about time you tried that instead of all that magic. No offense, Moxie. No, I think we might have overdone it. Anyway, I thought I'd come over to see if you need any Nope, everyone out. What? I just got here. I need to rest to ensure I'm in tip-top shape by tomorrow. This festival isn't going to organize itself. So come on, get! Mel shoos you and Jonas out of the house. Cute. Well, I guess I'll head back to work. Sheesh. It seems like she's on the mend anyhow. Yeah, I think she'll be all right. Knowing Mel, she'll be up and at 'em by tomorrow. I should get going though, bye. Sounds like Mel struggles with finding balance in her life and realizing people do care about her wellness. Venus? Maybe Mel should incorporate things attributed to Venus in her life. Let me write that down. Okay, interesting. All right, let's check in on Nisha and then Ruth. You walk up to Nisha's home and knock on the door. Moxie, I know why you're here. You want to talk about what happened? Yeah. I'm all ears if you want. I appreciate it. Most people avoid the subject or write it off as in my head, but I guess you gotta bear witness so you know I didn't make a mess of things. How about going to our usual spot and talking about it? Sure, let's go. You and Nisha walk to the beach. She seems distant and doesn't say a word the entire walk. You arrive at the beach and sit on a couple of rocks. So... First, you have to promise not to laugh. I'm a witch. If there's one person who's going to listen to someone about feisty spirits, it's me. I know. It's just the only person who ever believed me was the village witch. So I'm more used to people not believing me. What kind of spirits are they exactly? The last witch called them fibbly nibblies, but I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I've never heard of them, but that doesn't mean anything. Spirits aren't exactly my forte. They got me into so much trouble as a kid. They'd pull on whoever was sitting in front of me's hair. They'd knock supplies off shelves. They'd even eat other kids' lunch. Then I would yell at them to stop and get scolded for shouting in the middle of class. Everyone thought I was acting out for attention, but that wasn't the case. I knew everyone would think I was weird if I told them the truth, so I hid it, and that just made things worse. If the witch believed you, how come she didn't give you a cleansing spell? She tried, but Gran once again believed everything was fine. She thought I'd outgrow it. Clearly I haven't. The witch left soon after that. It's a good thing I'm here then. Time to banish. Maybe we'll slip them a sleep spell. Let's curse them into oblivion. Let's banish. Okay, see, she doesn't want to. No. No? See, the problem is yep, like we figured out last time, they're my friends. Your friends? Yes. But they ruined your childhood. Yeah, they got me into a lot of trouble, sure, but they're the ones who introduced me to art. And we used to get along most of the time, just people don't understand them or me. Instead of listening to me, people would be like, just stop, which in turn made things worse. Okay, now I'm lost. I get it. This is turning out to be story time with Nisha, isn't it? You notice Nisha fidgeting a lot with her hands. She must be feeling nervous still. Here. Do you want a hug? We're not going to hold hands. We're only flirting with Caesar's dad. And it's Caesar's dad, because it's Caesar we want in our life. Do you want a hug? Mm-hmm. You give Nisha a big hug. It looks like she's calmed down a little bit. This is hard to talk about, but here it goes. I'm home alone one day, as I usually am because Gran worked a lot. I hear this weird chattering coming from outside, so I go and take a look. Except I don't see anything. But then I hear it again, but a little further off. So I follow it, but every time I think I've caught up, it's just a little further away. Eventually, the chattering leads me to the old art studio. Gran boarded it up after my parents died since they ran it. I hear the chattering again, except it's coming from inside this time. I pry a loose board off one of the windows and go inside. And that's when I see everything. Canvases, brushes, paints, charcoal, and more. It was like stumbling into Wonderland. Every time I think I'd found everything, their chattering led me to more supplies. Before I know it, it's night and I've created all this stuff. That's when I hear Gran and a group of villagers enter the studio. It ends up they've been looking for me. I hide thinking I'm in trouble, but no. Oh, they spelled it with 2 T's. But no, Gran is just happy I'm safe. I swear I saw a tear go down her face as she looked around the art studio. The only tear I've ever seen from her. She then declares that the village will reopen the studio. From then on, I spend most of my time there. And the Fibbly Nibblies? I chatted with them every day while I worked, bouncing ideas off of them and stuff. Without them, I wouldn't be the artist I am today. Wow. I want to meet them. I've never really introduced them to anyone before. They tend not to like anyone else, though. They get jealous easily. Do you think there's anything you can do to help me, or rather us? As I mentioned before, spirits aren't my forte. I think she just needs to talk to them. And you also want them to stick around. I'll have to think about it. I wonder if they're mad I left for school. Well, probably. Could be. Nisha stands up and takes a big breath. Well, that's my story then. Now you know all about the Fibbly Nibblies. Are you going to head back to the studio? Yeah, I should probably get to cleaning. They should have hopefully calmed down. They tend to after a big blow up. If there's anything I can do, make sure to let me know. Yeah, will do. Well, I should get going now. Thanks again for the chat. Sure, anytime. Pluto. That is the planet of connection and boundaries, especially in relation to spirits and such. Not surprising considering Nisha's strained relationship with the Fibbly Nibblies. Yeah, incorporating something associated with Pluto could help Nisha. Time to write that in my grimoire. You know, I forget, we'll go check with Ruth in a minute. I want to buy, we're good on those. Yeah, we need some resin. Good on vials. We need a couple more sachets. Okay. Sachet away. Let's go talk to Ruth. You walk up to Ruth's home. After the full moon ritual, you wonder what state she'll be in. You knock on the door. Moxie, how good to see you. Are you here to deliver my spell? Yep. I was like, wait, did we make spells today? I'd already forgotten. Yep, it's right here. Give Ruth the memory incense. Confidence. Here we go. You hand the memory incense to Ruth. Yes, these should help. What are you trying to do? You know what I mentioned at the full moon ritual? You not being mayor and going traveling? Yes. So you intend to do that? Or you're not? No, I am, but as much as the idea of exploring the world excites me, I've never really left Flora, so the idea also terrifies me. I see. I mean, I feel that. We're not going to tell her we have a spell. I do really feel that, Ruth. Why pressure yourself to go when you know you can be comfortable right here? Yes, I think that's precisely it. I'm comfortable in Flora, even with my desire to leave. It's strange. I wish I could just take it with me wherever I go. Is that what the memory spell is for? Mm-hmm. Before I used these incense, I thought of taking a walk. Would you care to join me? A walk sounds nice. Let's head out then. You and Ruth head out on your walk around Flora. First, you come to the lake. Sorry, I needed a big sip of tea. I have many happy memories with my daughter Anisha here. Both of them are so similar. They loved running and playing in the water and finding small little critters. I still listen to the crickets and the frogs when I come here. The sounds take me right back to their childhoods. I wish I could take this lake with me wherever I go. Oh. Ruth just might have given you an idea. Yes, you gave her the memory incense, which she can burn when she gets home, but what if you have another tool to help her keep her dearest memories close? Ruth? Yes, Moxie? What if I told you I had a tool you could potentially use to take the lake with you? Is this some experimental magic? No, not at all. I've used it before and it doesn't require magic at all. It might even improve your ability to use the memory incense. But it's not magic? No, it's more of a sensory tool to help you focus and remember details. Interesting. What does it entail? You're already an avid walker, so you might already be doing some of these things. The gist of it is being very mindful of your surroundings. When I find myself in a place I want to remember, I use my senses to create a sort of snapshot. You can do this by focusing on one sense at a time. Does that all make sense? You're right, it is something I've somewhat done on my walks before. I've never actively tried using my senses to create memories, but I think I'd be willing to try. Great, how about on this walk we do some practice then? That sounds like a good idea. Since we're already at the lake, let's try focusing on one of our senses here. Let's start with sight. So I focus on what I see. Yep, try focusing on colors, textures, how the sun reflects off things. Okay. Ruth takes a deep breath. You see her looking around. Sometimes things catch her eye and you can tell she's trying to focus hard on them. Even though the lake looks still, it isn't really. Everything is moving, whether it's with the breeze or the light. This is a lot to take in. Yeah, it can be, but don't worry about trying to hold on to everything just yet. I find it usually takes a few sessions to complete a snapshot. That makes sense. I think I'd like to make our way to the forest next. You and Ruth walk to the forest. I always come here when I feel like hiding from the world. I used to be afraid of these woods. When I was a little girl, I played hide and seek at night here with friends. I lost my way while looking for a hiding place, and suddenly all the trees looked like monsters. Fortunately, my screams let my friends find me. That's awful. It was at the time, but then I became determined to know these woods. And now we're good friends. Ready to practice one of the senses? Sure. How about we'll go with smell this time. Yes, that sounds good. Ruth closes her eyes and inhales. I can smell the earthiness of the rotting wood and soil, yet it also smells so clear. It's not a smell of death, but life and renewal. That was very good. I think you're getting the hang of this. Thank you. I think this is a good exercise. It's also very relaxing, sort of like meditation. Yeah, it is. I think I know where I'd like to go next. It's to my secret spot. Whoa, I get to see Ruth's secret spot? Giggity. Only if you know about it. Follow me. Ruth takes off on a brisk walk through the woods. You can hardly keep up. You notice the elevation is rising. Now you know why Ruth is in such great shape. How much further? You'll see. You huff and puff your way up. Ruth seems fine. You come to a sudden clearing. We're here. Wow. Oh, after you catch your breath, you look out. You can see all of Flora from here and more. How far up did we just walk? Isn't it wonderful? This isn't my secret spot, if I'm completely honest. Our previous witch showed it to me. I want to try focusing on one of my senses up here. I think that's a great idea. How about you try? I guess we'll go with sound this time. Okay. Ruth closes her eyes. Everything sounds so far off. There's a peacefulness to it, though, as if everything is just the way it's meant to be. I wish I could stay here forever, but I know I can't. I know I have to leave, even though I'll be back. When I return from my travels, this is the first spot I'll visit. Ruth turns and looks at you. Thanks for coming up here with me, Moxie. Of course. This has been the best workout I've had in a long time. Fortunately, going downhill is much easier. Come on, let's go. You and Ruth make your way back down the mountain and to her home. I think I'll have to practice that sensory technique more later. This might sound strange, considering I just asked you for a way to remember Flora, but I wish I had something to help me cleanse a space too. Like as a final way of letting go and preparing myself to move on. Does that make sense? Of course, kind of like taking what you want and then moving on. Yes, I think that's exactly it. Of course, I'm not asking for anything extra. These memory incense should really help. Well, I think it's back to the festival preparations. I've been away too long already. I'll be on my way then too. Bye. Something to help you say goodbye and move on, but in a good way. Maybe a besom? I don't know what that word means. Could help with that. Okay, they're for sweeping away energies to make space for new ones. I'm pretty sure I saw a small broom at... Oh, Jimenez. We gotta save up for those. I wonder if that would be a good idea. I want to see, did we? Yeah, it's 4,000. We have 340. All right, let's check in on Jean. You walk up to Jean's cafe. Jean's baking something super yummy. You walk into the cafe. You notice there's only one customer, but you can't tell who they are behind the newspaper they're reading. Is it a critic? Hey, Jean. Moxie, what are you doing here? Is that how you greet all your customers? Something smells good. I brought your spell. We'll get right to it. The release charm. What is this? The release charm you asked for. I didn't ask for that, but I got a letter from you. Don't tell me he's refusing a spell again. You thought you were past that. I never sent a letter. You hear the rustling of the newspaper. You look over at the other customer. You see them wearing oversized sunglasses and a hat. Maybe they have a mustache too. But when you make eye contact, they quickly pull the newspaper back up. Eavesdropper. But the letter, you had your name on it. I told you I never wrote the letter. Maybe you wrote it in your sleep. No, we know who wrote it. I did not write in my sleep. I know, you have a twin. I do not have a twin. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to... The person reading the newspaper clears their throat. You and Jean look over at them. I think I have an explanation. The customer drops their newspaper and removes their hat, sunglasses, and mustache. I ordered the spell, Jean. We knew it was Mel. Mel, you should be home. You're still sick. You didn't realize the customer was your wife? Oh, he's been too wrapped up in baking madeleines to notice much these days. Just go and look in the trash. Oh, look at them all in there. Jean! You walk over to the trash can. It's filled to the brim with madeleines. They're all failures. And how would you know? Did you let anyone try them? All of these madeleines are failures? But they smell so good, and they look baked to a perfect light gold. I do not serve failure at this cafe. Jean and Mel continue to quarrel, but you can't take your eyes off the trash can. You can feel the madeleines radiating heat. These madeleines are fresh. Your mouth begins to water. There doesn't seem to be anything else in this trash can, so really, it's just a bin full of trash, perfectly baked madeleines. I mean, make like a stanza on Seinfeld. It's at the top. That means you could totally... All because one critic said, that critic again. Who cares about critics when there's this whole bin of madeleines in front of you? Oh, we're totally eating one. Yes, Moxie, there's no need to hold back now. Just reach your hand out and... Moxie, what are you doing? They were calling me. I know that's a lie, but they were 1,000 little voices saying, eat me, eat me. Those voices were in your stomach. You know what? Mel's right. This tyranny ends today. I never said anything about tyranny. You take your hand and shove it into the trash bin of madeleines. We're just gonna take a single. You lock eyes with Jean as you take a single bite, and then another bite, and another bite. You just ate from the... What, does that bother you? Next thing you know, Mel shoves her hand into the trash bin of madeleines. She also takes a single madeleine and locks eyes with Jean, and she takes a single bite. And then another bite. And another bite. You both just ate. You try to keep your eyes locked on Jean, but this buttery flavor, this light, fluffy texture, it's like a delicate cloud of, this is pure bliss. Am I in heaven? We're gonna go, this is pure bliss. Jean, these are truly, you've seen Jean's expression change from horror to Jean. Let me make some tea. Jean runs off to the kitchen and brings a tea tray. Let me grab a platter for the madeleines. Mel grabs a platter, puts some madeleines on it, and brings it back to the table. Jean, you simply must serve these at the festival, though ideally not from a trash bin. How could you ever think these were bad? Jean and Mel look at each other. There was a critic who came to the cafe. I didn't know he was coming until a few hours before, so I rushed and baked some madeleines along with a few other things. But while rushing to get everything, I forgot about the madeleines and let them bake too long. The next day he said he said my dry madeleines revolted him in his review. I see. But that's the only negative review Jean's Cafe has ever gotten, isn't that right? So you knew you overcooked them? Wow, really? That's impressive. Exactly. That's why I ordered the release charm. You ordered the spell? That explains the weird letter. Mel, I just want you to move on from that one single critic who caught you on the wrong day. Honestly, he probably knew when he wrote that review. When I had my issues in the city, you had the idea to move out here so I could be happy, so I could get away from all the people who didn't think I was capable. I realized how much of a sacrifice that was for you. This charm is my way of telling you not to let those kinds of people get you down. You're so talented, Jean. It's not worth spending your time on people who think otherwise. Thank you. Is Jean smiling? I suppose you won't be needing that curse. Curse? What curse? Cosmopolitan says only the most advanced witches should perform curses. And Moxie, you're still a witch in training. No, I don't think so. I should start preparing the ingredients for the batter. That way we can make it a day or so ahead and make all the madeleines the day of. We can serve local tea blends along with them. Yes, I think that's an excellent idea. Let me write that down on my to-do list. I have a meeting with the vendors coming up, so I can mention it then. It won't be too much work? Not at all. Mel raises her cup of tea. To the festival! To the festival! To the festival! Jean and Mel chug the rest of their tea. Let's do this. Yes. Suddenly, Jean and Mel take off, leaving you at the table. But you overhear them talking. You know, maybe you should consider writing that cookbook you've been thinking about after the festival. I keep all my recipes in my head. Jean memorizes all his recipes. Oh, there's an item we can buy, right? But maybe writing them down would be good. Also, please go home and rest. Fine. Hey, why can I not say her name? Doesn't her shop have an old journal? I bet Jean could use that. And I could enchant it for him too. I wonder if that would be a good idea. Very cool. How much does that cost? 5,000. We're gonna need 5, 8, 13, 17. Yikes forever. A lot of thousands. Okay, let's talk to Devin. Ooh, this one's going a little longer, but we're making good progress on the story. You arrive at the studio. You don't hear any music coming from inside, though. I wonder if Devin is actually in there. You open the door and see Devin sitting by the window. Moxie, you're here. Devin runs over to you. You have it, don't you have it? Wait, I said that wrong, but okay. Do you have it? Whoa. I assume you mean the spell. Oh my gosh, I need some more tea. My throat is getting so dry. I guess it's the change in seasons, you know? The air is very dry right now. The confidence incense. There you go. Yes, this looks perfect. So you've got a song written then? Yeah, I do. After all the community talk at the full moon ritual, I thought talking to some local musicians would help. So Mel introduced me to some of them. After I finished speaking with them, I sat down and just wrote and wrote and wrote. Things finally clicked. Yeah, I'm sharing it with Mel and Ruth today. But I wanted you to be the first one to hear it. Really? Mm-hmm. Even with everything that's happened, I could write this song because of you. But no more runes, okay? Yes, yes. If I start to panic, I want to figure out how to work through it. But not force my way through it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I get it. So you want to hear it? Of course. Yeah, just let me get comfy. Sure thing. Here, let's sit over in these chairs. Devin takes a seat and brings out their guitar. As they do, suddenly you feel transported somewhere else, sitting around a fire with old friends, a bright sunshine-filled garden. You can taste something savory. Perhaps it's a stew. You realize these are all places of and things of, let's get this sentence right. You realize these are all places of and things of comfort. There's a brightness to it, a sense of optimism. Even with long, hard days ahead, there will always be something good on the other side. As the chorus swells, you get a feeling of reassurance that all your work will pay off. Somehow everything seems possible. Everyone will work together, and that collective energy will ensure the Harvest Festival's success. They won't even need a witch's blessing, and somehow you feel like that's exactly how it should be. Devin's song comes to an end. They take a deep breath. So what do you think? I'm speechless. I feel like I fell into a trance. It wasn't too dissimilar to when we play music for our rituals. Words don't capture it. Wow, I made you speechless? I wasn't expecting that. Why did that piece of music affect you so much? I wonder if your music had such a strong effect because we're friends. Perhaps the strength of our bond amplified the power of the song. You see, Devin turned bright red. Now I'm the speechless one, but of course there's still the matter of playing for Ruth and Mel. That's the real reason I asked for the spell. When do you have to play for them? I'll probably head over a little after you leave. You know Devin asked you not to use runes anymore? Oh, girl. But you still feel compelled to help them further. Devin said they wanted something that would help them work through their fear. Perhaps there's something more you can do. Devin, have you ever heard of countdown meditation? This is mediation. I feel like it should be meditation. I don't want to risk the confidence spell with any other magic. It's not really magic. It's one of the techniques witches use to quiet the mind before performing magic. I don't see why a non-witch couldn't use it too, especially before something like a musical performance. Of course, we only have to try it if you want. Devin looks apprehensive. You can't blame them either. How much experience do you have with this? In all honesty, it's one of those things I probably need to practice more. I know the basic principles, but I'm not always successful in pulling it off. But I think I'll help the effectiveness of the confidence incense. I think that should be it'll help. And increase your confidence in general without the spell. Let's try it then. Maybe this is the kind of technique I've been looking for. All right, let's get started then. You take the confidence incense and light them. You take a seat across from Devin. Let's close our eyes. We're going to count down from 10. For each number, we'll focus on something. I usually use colors. There are currently 10 different colors in my garden, so we can work with those. So what am I doing? I'm going to say a number and a color, and I want you to focus on that color. The idea is to force your brain to focus on something other than your anxiety. Okay, let's start. 10. Oh, a red rose. Devin takes a deep breath. You can tell they're still uncomfortable, but you're glad they're trying. 9. Maybe this will work? The orange calendula. 8. Yellow yarrow. They take another deep breath. This one is more noticeably deeper and longer than their initial one. You notice your breath is also deeper and longer too. 7. Green rosemary. Devin's shoulders relax. You're impressed they've made it this far. Your mind usually starts to wander around now. 6. Blue pea flower. Devin takes another deep breath. 5. Pink hollyhock. You notice their knees relax. They fall a little closer to the ground. 4. Purple lavender. Their head drops. Are they asleep? 3. Burgundy geranium. Devin takes an even deeper and longer breath. No, they're not asleep. You could sense the focus in that breath. 2. White chamomile. Almost there. 1. Black allium. Devin completely relaxes and takes another long deep breath. You allow them to sit there for an extra moment. You're impressed by how well they've done, though you really won't know until they reopen their eyes. Devin, open your eyes. Devin raises their head and slowly opens their eyes. The panic and sense of unease that was there before are gone. Are you sure that wasn't magic? I feel so much calmer now. Calmer, but not out of it, or like sleepy. Like I feel like I can do things. Like I want to do things. This is weird. That's probably part the mediation and part the incense. That really feels more like meditation to me. Sorry. Wow. I think I'm ready to play for Ruth and Mel. That's great. Do you want me to go with you? Actually, I think I'll go on my own. I think I've got the confidence this time, and it's all thanks to you. Remember, witchcraft is a melding of energies, so it's not just mine. I guess you're right. Sometimes I wish I had something to carry with me all the time, like something to remind me of the power of my energy. Something to carry. Oh, is that silly? No, not at all. Sorry, I was just a little lost in thought is all. I should get going. I don't want to keep Mel and Ruth waiting. Thanks again for all your help, Moxie. Of course, anytime. Devin wants something they could always carry. What about that locket? How are we supposed to afford these things? Maybe I can haggle down the price too. Ooh, yeah. Okay, yikes forever. Well, we're up to 400. Let's go home. I'm going to go to sleep this time before we end the episode, just to make sure we're saved. I don't want to scare myself again. Oh, I love this game so much. You guys, thank you so very much for watching. We will just pick this up on the next episode. We're getting closer to that festival. We're on the 10th. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more days, and then the festival is on the 14th. So we will just see you soon. Take care.